is Azundini Philemon Ndo. Ndo is my surname. I'm teaching electrical system and construction level 2, level 3 and level 4 at TVET College, Wembe TVET College at Mawoyi campus. So today I have to teach a little bit about the testing of an installation. So it's from topic number 2, which says inspection and testing of a single phase domestic installation. So I will be teaching on unit 2, which says testing of an installation, where we will be teaching unit 2.2. The outcome of this unit, the student at the end of the day must know how to perform all those tests which is required by the South Africa Bureau of Standard. So, and at the end of the day, they must be able to list all the tests which must be performed. So today we will be learning on this topic, testing of an installation. Before we start teaching this lesson, so the student must first know who is responsible for this test. Number 2, who is responsible for the accreditation of this person, who is responsible for issuing this COC, which this test must be done on it. Number 1, who is responsible for issuing the COC after the installation has been tested? The accredited person who has been accredited by the chief inspector is the one who is responsible for all these tests. So there are test instruments which must be needed by this guy, or which this guy must have before doing or performing all these electrical tests. So number 1, the accredited person must have what we call it, the multimeter. Number 2, he must have what we call it, insulation resistance tester. Number 3, he must have what we call it, earth loop tester, ELCB or polarity tester, or bell tester, or clamp meter, which we call it tongue tester. So the test that the accredited person must be responsible for the test, number 1, test number 1 is what we call it, continuity of bonding. Number 2, we have what we call it, earth loop impedance test. Test number 3, operation of earth leakage unit and operation of earth leakage test button. And then another test we have 4 for voltage. Number 1, voltage on load. Number 2, voltage on no load. Number 3, voltage at available condition. Number 4, elevated voltage to neutral. Another test we have what we call it, elevated voltage to neutral. So the other test, all switches makes and breaks. So there are so many tests that this man or this guy, accredited person, must perform these tests. So today I will try to teach you about this test, which we call it insulation resistance test. Why this test is so important. This test is so important because we test that the insulation is not damaged. Because if we just switch on or call those guys, ESCOM guys or municipality to come and switch the voltage there at the supply side, so then we will be having a problem. Because if we don't try to test those insulation, then there are three faults that can occur. Number one, we have what we call it short circuit, where live and neutral touches one another. Number two, we have what we call it earth fault. Earth fault is when live touches the earth or neutral touches the earth. The last one, we have got what we call it open circuit, because sometimes when we are drawing those conductors into the pipes, you can find out those conductors somewhere, somehow are damaged or broken. So it means we will be having this fault, which we call it an open circuit. How to perform this insulation resistance test? Number one, between conductors. Between conductors, it means we have to test the live conductors and the neutral conductors. It's where we said how to perform earth insulation resistance test between conductors. Instrument which we have to use to test an insulation resistance test. We use the instrument which we call it insulation resistance tester. How to perform those tests? It means you have to set your instrument to to 500 volts. Why 500 volts or 1000 volts? They say it must be twice the rated voltage. So how to perform that test? So it means you have to get your instrument, which we call it insulation resistance tester. Then you set your instrument to twice the rated voltage, which is 500 volts or 1000 volts if it's a three-phase. So after setting your instrument to 500 volts, then you take one lead. It has got two leads, the red one and the black one. So it means you have to take one lead to live and another lead to neutral. Then you press to test. The acceptable value for this test is 1 mega ohm. If it's 0, something and more than that, it means those tests is not acceptable. Thank you very much. May God bless you.